I want to stick with the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack for a moment because it really does underpin the vulnerabilities of the infrastructure we have in this country. And I know our tech editor, Dan Howley, has been taking a closer look at this. Dan, welcome to the show. What did you find out?
Still can't get it right. This is kind of a typical kind of ransomware attack, but it's also atypical in the scale of what it's impacting. Now, you've seen ransomware kind of ratchet up a great deal since 2020. And really what we saw prior to that was some companies coming under attack, some individual consumers coming under attack. But in 2020, we started to see these massive attacks where individual municipalities were hit, hospitals were hit. One hospital system was hit for as much as $67 million. That's not even paying the ransom. That was just trying to recover the data that and the systems that they lost. So it's not necessarily easy to get around these. Law enforcement experts obviously say don't pay criminals because, hey, they're criminals. There's no guarantee that they're going to actually give you what you want. But in a ransomware attack, what happens is they lock up your systems and then they say, give us XYZ amount and we'll unlock the system. And again, there's no guarantee that that will happen. But there's this kind of double dip version of ransomware where what they'll do is not only will they hold your content encrypted, but they'll also threaten to leak it. And that's something that we're seeing here as well. Now, this dark side criminal organization, they seem to act as almost a ransomware as a service group where they provide the software and then other criminal organizations are able to go out and use it to basically extort whoever they want. And that seems to be what happened here. But really what this underpins is the need for kind of a national approach to ransomware. And there's been discussions on what can be done. President Biden is going to have an executive order, but really that's going to focus on government and government contractors. The experts that I spoke to essentially said what we need is kind of a whole of government approach with the private sector to really crack down on this. And the issue is, where are these criminals hiding? Are they in countries that are unable to crack down on them or in countries that simply don't want to crack down on them? And then how can these organizations and government come together to provide best practices to avoid these kinds of hits? Because really what it comes down to a lot of times is someone opening up an email and clicking a link or downloading a file. It used to be you could see these emails and say, okay, obviously there's terrible misspelling in it, but they've gotten so sophisticated that they're able to almost dupe people in the fact that they look exactly like emails from your own company. So it really does come down to proper, I hate to use the word, but hygiene as far as your own security goes, as well as kind of having these organizations and governments come together and say, look, this is the best way to keep everything safe going forward.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, our tech editor, Dan Howley, thanks so much.